this has been a show that you've been through pandemic, strikes. Not all shows get to end the series the way they want to. We get a lot of things that are canceled before getting to tell a whole story. Just how fortunate do you feel that you were able to come back, do this last season, and give us a real good ending for this show?
Yeah, it was very bittersweet. You want to keep going, but it means so much to get to actually have a series finale and have give closure for the fans. And I mean, our show was kind of known for cliffhangers. So to end after season three would have been horrible for the cast, for the crew, for the fans. I also think Greg just wrote such a beautiful series finale and gave everybody these incredible moments that it would have been so sad not to get to see this through. Especially, it's the whole thing put together is only 29 episodes. So it's now one of these things where somebody can find it, have never seen it before, and watch it in a week if they feel like it. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And in this world of streaming, it used to be you watch whatever episode of television is on, but now people are watching things from the beginning to the end. And we're not supposed to age in upload, so they might have to give a little bit of leeway on that because
Yeah.
it's so long. But I think that this show really, really works so well in its entirety, and I'm just proud that we got to end it.
And I know, I think from pilot to finale, it's probably something like 2 years. I
Seven
want to
years.
say that's been for
Hold on,
four
you.
seasons to get out. Oh,
Oh, you cut out there a little.
Brian,
Yeah.
you're cutting out a lot. We can barely hear you.
oh,
Oh,
sorry about that.
no, it was. Yeah, it was 7 years. Allegra and I were talking about it. We were 29 when we met, and we're now 37. So it was 8 years or almost 8 years.
What?
I
And,
know.
obviously no spoilers, but what was it like for you filming your last scene? How was it on set when they said, that's a wrap on Robbie?
Oh, I don't know. I wanted to say something to the crew, and I didn't think that I was going to get emotional. And the second I looked around at the people who have been there with us, a lot of our crew was day one, and if they weren't day one, or they weren't day one, they were season two, day one. And What was really special about this show was I've worked on a ton of things where people care about it and they're having fun, but the creativity and weirdness of our show, crew members would come in and talk about how they went home after shooting the weirdest scene that we shot the day before, and they told their wife or their husband or their kids or their friends about it. And They had just read the next episode and they couldn't wait to see whatever that weird thing was. And it was just really special. So I actually started to get choked up as soon as I started to say anything. And I just thanked everybody for being there and being a part of it. And it was one of those shows that never felt like work. Everybody had such a great time. It was not a high stress job, even though everybody cared and worked their asses off. Everybody was having so much fun and really enjoying the the oddity of the show. So I don't know. I still don't feel like I said goodbye. I think part of it for me will be watching the final season. I've held off watching it. I'm watching it with
Okay.
friends and family on the 25th. Um, and that'll feel a little more like closure. But I don't know. I People ask me about saying goodbye to Nathan, and Nathan's so close to who I am as a person that I don't really ever feel like I said goodbye. I was just kind of going to work and being a version of myself.
I'm gonna say, how do you think working on this show has changed you, whether it's as a person, as an actor, or is there something you will take from this experience going forward, and what might that be?
um, I will say I learned a lot from watching Kevin and Allegra and Andy and Zainab work. Zainab and I didn't have a lot of stuff together, but I'm such a fan of her comedy and just comedy in general. And talking to her about touring, and I learned more from the people than I did from the show. Greg, I mean, somebody who is so successful and has done some of the biggest shows ever made. Um, to not have any ego and to just be such a great guy, and watching him work with his son Owen, who plays AI guy, and just like learning from him as a person and as a father and as a showrunner. And Jeff Blitz, our creating or our producing director, and just the really just the people. Like the show was a blast to work on, but as far as learning from people, I think it was more 7 years of life and how I've changed becoming a father. And I think I got married right before the show started, but like just just going from my late 20s to my mid 30s more than anything else.